Welcome everybody. Let's take a look at the market. This is the daily chart. We're looking at the Dow Jones Transportation. We're going to go through quite a few products here. A down day for the Dow Jones. Excuse me. What I mentioned this before. Dow Jones Transportation, one of the oldest indexes in the world, and the oldest in the United States of America. Yep, been around the longest, even longer than the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones average, you know, the DJI, I guess it's called, the Dow Jones Industries. Yep, Dow Jones Transportation, the oldest index in the United States of America. Down day today, probably heading for this cycle low here on September 12th. Okay, let's look at the Russell 2000 here. Same thing, down day. Probably going to see the same thing in all the indices. All of them moving together here. Cycle low here, a little different, September 23rd. Positive momentum, but looks like a little bit of a pullback going on. Okay, the NASDAQ. This one. Hold on one second, let me just see something here. Okay. Yeah, the NASDAQ a little bit weaker than the rest of them. You can see you got a little bit more of a pullback going on than the other indices. So, cycle low October 16th there. Let's take a look at the Japanese market, the Nikkei 225. Just completely sideways. So far this has resisted pulling back with any kind of meaningful way. So that suggests a pop. Okay, most likely that means there's going to be another leg up on this index if this doesn't pull back, which it hasn't. So I expect one of those deals and this to go this way. Okay, probably what's going to happen there. Okay, let's take a look at the Japanese yen. Yeah, still extremely bullish. Look at this thing. Bullish. Yeah, Japanese yen is the product to trade. Let's look at the hourly chart. A little bit of a pullback going on here now. Let me get this hourly cycle. I'll cover this tomorrow morning in the Twitch stream. So if you don't have plans tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the morning, I'll be streaming live before the market opens. Come and join me. This product we'll cover. So when is this cycle low here? It's going to be 1 a.m. this morning. Okay, so for those that want to know, there you go. 1 o'clock in the morning. This is probably going to pull back into that, right? Looks like that's what it's starting to do. These cycles are crazy good on the yen. And this is the money maker. This thing is a money maker. Okay. Let's look at the euro dollar. Looking at some currency futures here. Yep, daily is fine. Let me switch over to the daily. Very strong, tracking sideways up here. Hasn't pulled back yet. October 2nd is the cycle low there, so the euro still looks very strong to me. Take a look at the British pound. Wow. Talked about this yesterday morning. Yesterday morning's in the live Twitch in the morning that I said the British pound is extremely bullish and it continues to just romp. Look at this thing. Wow. On fire. And today, this is this green candlestick. There you go. Big old green candlestick. British pound on fire. Might run out of gas here eventually. Come down to September 25th. Kind of pause up in there. We'll keep an eye on that. But if things stay the way they are, I just think you'll get a dip down here. It might just stay up in here and continue to stay bullish. Let's take a look at the US dollar. Look at that. Way down there at 100, broke below 101. I said the dollar was going to go below $100, and it's on its way. Now we're below 101. See, yesterday it closed at, let's see, 3 days ago. See, the last time was 101. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4 days ago, 3 or 4 days ago, the last time was 101, and now we're down into the hundreds. US dollar in big trouble. Super negative. And let me tell you something right now. The probability for the United States to have a serious financial crisis in the next 10 years is very significant. And I believe the US dollar will go below $70. It might even go below $50. And I've talked about this many times before. The US is not going to be able to escape $35 trillion in debt. And over the next 10 years, get ready. There's going to be some serious, big issues in the United States of America. It doesn't matter who the president is. Of course, if Trump gets in there, like I said before, he may slow this down a little bit, but he's not going to be able to stop this train wreck. If Kamala Harris gets in there, forget about it. This train wreck's going to get worse real fast. Because, they're all about destroying nations, those people. They'll suck a nation dry of all its resources and use and abuse everything they can. That's what the left does. So don't expect any kind of miracle out of the left to save the United States. It ain't gonna happen. They're going as fast as they can towards socialism. That's that crowd. The I sold my soul to Satan crowd. US dollar in big trouble. I think this is the sign of things to come. Gold's probably going to go up. I'm telling you right now, we'll look at gold here in a moment. I think gold over the next 10 years could reach 3,000. It's just going to be a reflection of how bad things really are around the world. Gold's going to go to the moon probably. Okay, let's look at gold and we'll look at crude oil too. Gold just continues to march higher. Up here at 25.70, absolutely monster mash in here. And gold will probably reach 2,600. I think there's a good chance gold will reach 2,600. There's just no reason for it to stop. Look up here. Look at it. It's tracking. Now it's tracking this top line. And I suspect it had absolutely no low whatsoever here, August 26th. Forget about it. Which means through September 11th, I think you're going to see gold continue to be strong. I think as a matter of fact, I think right now, probably back right there, yesterday was the day to go long. Yesterday was the day to go long on gold, or end of today. This is, so what my opinion on gold, I'd say go long right now. It has that look. Gold looks like it's going to the moon. 2,600 probably. Could I be wrong? Yep, but this is bullish. Let's look at crude oil. Yeah, crude oil giving it up here yesterday was a big down day. This is just the start of tomorrow already because we're futures started trading for the next day. Talked about this before. As long as crude oil stays negative down here below the zero line, this get up here fail. It could go a little higher, might get up to 78, 79, whatever, but it may not. This may be all it was. That's it. She ran out of gas and bombs away. Bombs away. I think crude oil's in trouble. I don't think it's going to take out this previous high inside this cycle of $80. I just don't think it's going to happen. Though there's room for this to go. It could get up here and match this and then fail. But this cycle, it's clear, is lower than this cycle, right? And that cycle is lower than the one before it. So crude oil's doing this, going down. Crude oil, is going down. And I think crude oil's in trouble. Going down. I think crude oil, especially when it gets up here on the daily like this, is a short. When it curls over like that, short the snot out of it, as long as this stays below the zero line. Okay. Yep. Let's take a look at the SP 500 now. Daily chart, tracking sideways. This is bullish. Very bullish. Okay. This is a bullish chart. Today was a small up day, range of 38. This morning had a pretty decent pullback, then it rebounded. We'll look at that on the intraday charts, but I've seen this many times before with momentum above the zero line now, as strong as it is, which is amazing that it's rebounded this strong, got above the zero. I just think we're going to see this, bam, or track along the upper line here. This just got bullish written all over it. So one of those deals and up. One of these deals, small dip up. Whichever one, take your pick. Might get a small dip and up. Might just go up. Right now, based on what I'm seeing here, I think the probability for this to go another leg up is super high. We're probably going to take out the all-time high here. And 5,800. And now that the Federal Reserve is playing games, and they're Federal Reserve, what a bunch of freaking criminals. It's a miracle, isn't it, guys and gals? It's an absolute miracle that just before elections, the Federal Reserve has somehow managed to meet their mandate. We've met our goal. It happened just before election. By golly, our timing is excellent. They're just trying to appease the next president, guys and gals. That's all they're doing. They don't care. Let me tell you something. The Federal Reserve doesn't care if it's socialist leaning Camel Toe Harris or small government conservative leaning Trump. They don't care who the president is. They're doing everything they can to keep their jobs. And this rate cut has nothing to do with America's better than it was before. They're going to save the day of the rate cut. That's all total BS. I can almost guarantee this rate cut is a mistake. No amount of rate cut from the Federal Reserve is going to save the United States from $35 trillion in debt. They got nothing that they will do will save this nation from a collapse. Ain't going to happen. Those people are clowns, and at least in part, they're responsible for the collapse of the United States of America. Hand out all kinds of free money, and you've heard me say it before on this channel, Federal Reserve has never, in its entire history of over 100 years, has ever been fully audited. Ever. Yeah, surprise. Shady stuff, theft, bribery, blackmail, you name it, has gone on in the Federal Reserve. Guaranteed. Printing money illegally, all kinds of stuff going on there. And what does the Constitution of the United States say about money? It's strictly supposed to be handled by the U.S. Treasury. That's right. They're supposed to handle all credits and debits and all coin, in other words, currency. The Federal Reserve is in strict violation, very absolute direct violation of the U.S. Constitution. What does Congress do about it? Nothing, because they're in on it. Both Republicans and Democrats won't touch it because they're a bunch of you-know-whats, and they make millions. You ever wonder why and how every congressman and congresswoman and senator somehow becomes a millionaire after they get into Congress? Their salaries aren't millions. Their salaries are usually under $200,000, right, for some of these Congress people. How did they become millionaires? How about Ocasio? How did she become a millionaire in less than 10 years? She's a millionaire right now today. How did that happen? And so are almost most Congress people. Millionaires. Yeah. Yep, folks. Not all things appear as they are. You could be a conservative in America. If you think the Republicans represent you, you have no idea. They do not. They're the bought and paid for crowd, almost just as bad as the Democrats. America is going to go through a major transformation, and all these clowns, I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but there's going to be a major change in America. And the free ride day is going to come to an end in a very horrific way. SP 500 going to go up more probably. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart and see where the trades of the day were. Let me throw on the Giddens Plus indicator here. Help us out with where the trades may have been. Let's see, did we get anything good going on in here? As a matter of fact, we did. Twice. Two pretty good trades. I'll look at the 15-minute chart because there may be something on there I didn't check yet. The first one happened over here. 5:20 in the morning. Y'all know what I'm going to say. If you're not up early, you're missing the trades. 5:20 in the morning. Down here. Momentum goes negative. See this? Negative. And stays that way all the way to 9:15 in the morning approximately. Guess what that tells you? Sell the rip. Ching ching. Sell the rip. Bam bam. And there it is. Trade of the day. This one you had to be patient on. So you have to understand how to read charts, right? In this case, momentum went negative. Okay, gotta be super patient. Even if you made a mistake and sold right here, eventually it made good. And your profit was from 56.30 down to about 56.15. That was 15 points. If you were patient and read the charts properly, you went from about, let's say you call 56.38 down to 15. Right, much bigger profit. 23 points instead of 15. Huge money, $750. If you were a little more patient, you made probably about 1,100 and change. Yep. Pretty nice. Another opportunity right over here. This one happened at 9:35 in the morning. I saw this one. This was a nice trade. Bam. Get a signal. Momentum is positive. And then it rolls over. I mean, you could have even gone long here for a little bit. 56.40 up to about 45. Okay, maybe about 4 or 5 points there. Once it broke and rolled over like that, just cut the trade loose. Okay. This stuff we're looking at here is tonight already. So I'm doing this video kind of late. Let's look at the 15-minute chart. Was there anything on here? What do you know? There it is right there, guys. Right there. I don't think this drawing set matters. I'll switch it to 15. Yep, there's your big trade on the 15-minute chart. 7 o'clock in the morning. Look at that. Bam. Perfect. Look at that. Doesn't get to the top. Fails. Momentum goes negative. Bam. There's your trade. Smack daddy. What a beautiful trade. From 56, we'll call it 33, down to 15. That was about 15, 17 points. So if you caught it on the 15-minute chart or the 5-minute chart, both made her huge money makers. This was $850 of profit. Okay, because you just divide this by 2, and we get 850 smackaroonies. Nice. Cha-ching. Okay. Awesome. If you want to become a member and get the cycles that I put out on the hourly chart for the S&P 500, that's streamed live. $7.99 a month. Yeah, $7.99 a month. Super cheap, $7.99 a month. Streaming charts, 5-minute, 15-minute, 1-hour charts. You get a nightly email with 5 different charts. There's also gold streaming charts I put out that are just streamed live every day. S&P 500 and gold, both are streamed live every day. Okay, there's premium symbols I put out every day, Monday through Thursday. There's alerts that go along with this Giddus Plus indicator. This is super powerful. You get an alert like this. It shows up on the Discord server as an alert. You can turn the notifications on your app, on your phone, let's say, or your PC or laptop for the Discord on whatever channel you want. So if you want the S&P 500 alerts, you just go to the server and you turn notifications on for that particular channel, and bam, you're going to get alerted. Then you can check at the charts real quick or look at the streaming charts that I provide and decide whether or not you will make a trade. Super powerful, really, really nice, super convenient for timing your trades. Okay. That and much, much more for the $7.99. You saw how much money was made here today with just sticking to some basic principles, making huge money. It's a good deal. You should consider joining. I think it's all I got for everybody today. I will do a stream tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock through 8 o'clock in the morning approximately. Come join. If you don't know what the that my channel is on Twitch, well, you need to become a member, and then you can get the Twitch channel and come on over to Twitch and watch the live stream in the morning. And the morning's really cool because I'm basically talking about potential trades before the market opens, right? So there's a big difference between that and doing what I'm doing here, which is just a review, right? Okay, that's it. Happy trading, everybody. God bless everybody. We'll talk to all real soon again tomorrow morning.